A song. Any of the missionaries want to join us? You're free to join us. Bring the energy up. Yeah, Patrick, I just saw you. Come on, Patrick. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Any of our GPA grads, let's welcome them. Welcome them home. All right, let's sing. Come on, come on. Come on.
There's more GPA grads.
GPA grads, don't be shy. Come on.
Koji Torkai, Tamarin Leary, Julia Platt.
Tamarin Leary, Julia Platt, please come to the stage.
Hannah Dunkley, I think, too.
Oh, is Hannah Dunkley in the house? Hannah, please join us on stage. Keep calling them out, Patrick. You're doing great. Okay. Koji Torikai. All right. So let us all sing together Song of the Victors. I think we all know this one. All right. Sing aloud, Hosanna to the Lord. Offer everything with humble heart. Come attend the Lord, oh rejoice in him who brings new life to all the world. Let us go, determined to seek and find all the promised glory of the Lord. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. There are clouds of darkness on the path, sinful night enveloping the land. Brush the clouds aside and behold the light that shines in beauty everywhere. Let us go, determined to seek and find all the world of joyfulness and peace. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. Oh, my brothers, all rejoice today. Sing the songs of our new life. Offer praise on high, blessed forevermore. And people of the Lord. Let us go, determined to seek and find the brilliant glories of our dreams. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. We uphold the standard of the Lord to restore his true ideal. Freely give your love, share the Father's joy, and he will return. Let us go, determined to seek and find all the near dreams. We'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom. All right, one more time. Then we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden fair, songs of freedom bright with happiness. Woo! All right, let's give it up for our young people. They did great. Yes, thank you so much. All right, everybody. So we have a offering song prepared for you all, so you can be seated. You can dim the lights a little. So just to share a little bit about this song. Yeah, anyway, we had a really great time yesterday also with Shincho and Shinhung. You know, they just shared so profoundly, so honestly about the songs they wrote for Mother, for our movement. Yeah, we were all just so moved by their sincerity, their honesty. So thank you so much. This song is called How He Loves. And this song is really about the transformative power of our Heavenly Parents' love. How many of you have felt that transformative power? Have you felt that? Have you felt that love that when you feel it, life is never the same? Right? Life completely transforms. There's a line in here a few lines I want to read. It says, so it's talking about when you feel God's love, and it says, I am unaware of these afflictions, eclipsed by glory. When you feel God's love, all of your feelings of unworthiness, of I'm not enough, your doubts in yourself, they just disappear. They're eclipsed by God's glory, God's love. And then it says, and I realize just how beautiful you are. The moment that love hits you, you realize just how beautiful God is, how beautiful our Heavenly Parents' love is, how beautiful our true parents are, and how great your affections are for me. So how much God loves us. We just feel it so deeply. So as we offer this song, please open up your hearts to receive the words, receive the love that God wants to give you. And let's begin. He is jealous for me, loves like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions, eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us all. He is jealous for me, loves like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions, eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. Oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. So, brothers and sisters, life is not about just knowing in your head, in your mind, that God loves you. But it's about feeling that love in your heart, about experiencing that love every single day. So I want to ask you now to all rise up. Please rise up from your chairs. Put your hands out. Open up your hearts and let these words pierce deep, deep into your heart. And just know that he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. And we are his portion and he is our prize, drawn to redemption by the grace in his eyes. If grace is an ocean, we're all sinking, and heaven meets earth like an unforeseen kiss, and my heart turns violently inside of my chest. I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way that he loves us. Oh, how he Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Thank you. So please stay standing. I'd like to welcome up Michael Bartsevich to offer the opening prayer.
Please join me in prayer. Good morning, Heavenly Parent, true parents, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you for giving us opportunity to be here, to breathe this air, to feel the love in the air, because without air, without love, we cannot breathe, we cannot live. And I'm just so grateful for the people here, for the spirit here, for the music, for the voices, for the love. And I'm sorry if we ever fall short of your love. And I know it's so tragic if all the tragedy in the world comes down to us not feeling your love. The love that should be available and it's always there, but we just don't grab onto it, or we have blocks, or we're scared of it, or we feel like we're unworthy of it. And it's the biggest tragedy. I'm sorry. And I hope that we can feel your love and know how you love, not just love in the past or in the future, but right now. You love us right now in this moment as we take the next breath. That is love. And as we breathe it out, that is love. You can't experience you in the future, tomorrow, or yesterday, but only right now. So I hope that right now, in this moment, we can be present with each other, present with you, and to experience the joy of being. The joy of being as you intended us to be. That's all you ever wanted. And so hope that you can join us here today for whatever we have planned. I know it'll be great, and I hope you can take victory. But again, right now, I just want to breathe your love and hope that we can all breathe your love right now. So I'm going to offer this prayer in my name, Michael Bartsevich, spiritual best child, attendance to Holy Mother Han. Amen. And I, Jude.
Seated. Yes, thank you, Michael, for that prayer, and the song team for that song. Yeah, in the spirit of today's testimony, I wore my GPA sweater. I'm very excited. Yeah, these brothers and sisters came back after a year or years of investments on GPA to share about their testimonies in their life of faith and in attending God and the challenges and victories that they went through. And so first, I want to welcome up our brother Kwansong Carrera. Yeah.
I use this mic, right? Good morning, everyone. So Pastor Justin asked me if I could give a testimony about my experience in GPA. So I said, why not? Of course, I would love to share my experience on how I really felt my love for God and true parents. I would say before, I didn't really have this really active love or this wants of love for true parents. I think it grew because of this experience through GPA. So again, thank you so much for, my brothers and sisters too, that also helped me along my journey through GPA. But this testimony, I'm going to talk about my experience in the front line, where I really felt like I was in Jesus and true parents, true mother, and true father's shoes. So Yeah, can I just get a raise of hands of who did MFT or any kind of fundraising? Just like to see. Wow. Yeah, you guys, people in MFT, yeah, I really respect you guys so much. I think what you guys went through was 10 times worse. Yeah, oh my gosh. But yeah, this testimony, it happened throughout this spring competition of my GPA year, where we focused this whole day of 10 or more hours of fundraising to fund for the Chomwon-gun, which I'm very proud of, and also to really have this breakthrough because it's the end of our GPA year. So it started off around the afternoon. It was Target, and I was given the Target parking lot for 2 hours. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really took it gratefully. I looked at my captain, Toby, and I said, "Thank you, Toby. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do my best, you know." So yeah, I went out and I really wanted to give it my all. I was actually really happy. It was after lunch, so my stomach was full and I was ready to just give all my love to these people. And yeah, I walk into the Target, and normally, not a professional move from a fundraiser, but do not fundraise in the front. You're gonna get kicked out immediately. But I was just too happy. I just saw the first person. I just approached them, and I'm talking to this couple. And mid spiel, I feel a hand on my shoulder and turns me around. And it's a big guy, and he's the Target manager. And he says, "You cannot fundraise here. I need you to turn around and get out right now." And I take it like a champ. I was like, "That's my fault. I apologize, but I'm gonna go." But my only area was this Target parking lot, and my run started 2 minutes ago. So I didn't want to let my captain down, and obviously I did not want to let God and true parents down. So I hid in the back of the Target parking lot, and I just kept fundraising. Yeah, I'm risking like a lot because when they ask you to leave the Target, they usually, if they find you again in their parking lot, they're calling the cops, and obviously that just is not going to end up well for my captain and also GPA as a status. So I was on major stealth mode. If I saw a security guard, I would turn the other way. I see another security guard, turn the other way. Hide my posters behind my back. Like, oh, just shopping. But yeah, just throughout this whole run, I was just keeping my head up, no matter how bad the people just like saw me, immediately walked away. It didn't really affect me, because I know that my value comes from God. And slowly, I just knew that my willpower was slowly draining, and I saw it happen. It really hurt to see because in Colorado, I was fundraising in Colorado, and I heard from a sister that actually lives in Colorado that it's normal for people to be robbed in a parking lot, which is really weird. Like if your window is open and you see a person approaching you, you should probably close the window because they're probably going to rob you. So that left a really bad rep on me, parking lot fundraising, because all I do is approach people in cars. So it was really hard. But yeah, I just wanted to keep my head up and just keep talking to these people. And my internal goal was to be God's chosen leader, to really be in the shoes of Jesus and true parents. And I did not expect what God wanted to give me throughout these 2 hours in the parking lot. So I was talking to these people, and they were persecuting me like crazy. There were many instances where people would look at me, listen to my whole spiel, and without a word, just turn around, just leave. I think a no thank you would be nice, or like, no, I'm all right. But I think just a cold shoulder and just leaving, that kind of hurts. But I just kept going, and just more and more people it just gradually got worse. People kept cussing at me, and I don't know, it was a Friday, people are supposed to be happy on Fridays, like work is off, but it's just a tough day. And yeah, it eventually got to the point where I was like, this is like really, really unusual. Maybe I'm out of my headspace. So I went to where you park your shopping carts, and I just prayed. I held my posters, cradled it like a baby, and just prayed. And I really wanted to just talk to God, tell him that I was not in the right headspace and that I needed to really center myself, that I'm not doing this for the money aspect, but so then I could experience what he wants to give me in this 2 hours in this Target. And, really heartfelt prayer, in gratitude in my name, consecrated. It's you. All right. I open my eyes. I'm ready. And the second I look up, I see a car in front of me with two teenage girls just pointing their camera and recording me. And at that point, I was like, why? I don't know. Is it just not normal to pray in Colorado? But I was just so spirit felt. I was like, I finished praying. This has to be a sign. This is so unusual that they're filming me. So I was like, hi, excuse me, guys. And I approached them with my posters, and they immediately say, no, 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 and they drive off the parking lot really fast. And yeah, I was just so confused. I was like, God, what are you trying to tell me? And yeah, it was really insane. I did not know what was going on, but I just kept going. I kept fundraising, and it was to the point where, yeah, I thought it would be better, but it just kept getting worse. And I thought prayer was supposed to be like a reset. Like if I pray, then magically all these people would not be grumpy anymore. That the clouds would go away. But it was not like that. Just more and more persecution laid. And it was to the point where I told God, if I get yelled at one more time, I don't even know what to do. So I said that I'm just going to risk it all. I'm going to fundraise in the front of the parking lot. If I get kicked out, I get kicked out. This misery will end, So I go to the front and I see a couple walk out. It's not the same couple, but it's a different couple. And I approach them. I spiel to them and they immediately cut me off. They said, we're not interested. And I got on that, that was my 67th not interested. So it didn't really affect me as much. But I called it. I was like, you know what? It wasn't a persecution, so I'm going to just keep going. And I approached a car. It was a nice Hispanic man, and I was like, that's when my spirit world locks in. Hola, señor, estás haciendo recaudación de fondos para mi iglesia? And he was nodding. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got it. My Spanish is getting better. And he puts his window down, and he talks to me in broken English, which I really appreciate. And as we're going on, I hear a faint yelling towards my direction, and I look to my left, and it's those two couples that are yelling at me at the distance, telling me that I'm making everyone uncomfortable, and they're calling me a weirdo, saying that what am I doing here? Can you please leave everybody alone? And at that point, I realized this persecution is to a whole nother level. That there's no way this is normal, that people would be that upset at you for fundraising. And that's when I realized that this isn't no ordinary run. This isn't a run where I test if I just keep going, then someone's going to give me $100 donation or someone's going to give me $1,000. But this is just to see how I need to be in the shoes of Jesus and true parents. And as my run ended, after the 2 hours, I see the van drive up, and I was like, I need one more person. And I pointed at my captain, I thumbs up, and I pointed at a car, and he said, it's all good. So I went to the last car. I see this lady. She has her window down, and I talk to her. Hi, how are you? And the second I approach her, she puts the window up. And that's when I realized that maybe this run was not for me to really externally gain, but to internally gain. So as I turn around back into the van, Toby asks, how was the run? I smile. I say, it was amazing. And yeah. I talked to Toby about my run, and I told him how, it was very unusual how sad these people are and why they are so upset. And it made me realize why my internal goal was my internal goal, why I wanted to be in this position where I could feel the footsteps, the shoes that I wore of Jesus and true parents, that no matter how hard I want to reach these people, no matter how hard my will is to approach them, no matter how much they yell at me, that I keep turning back and approaching more people, that everyone just turns around and just either yells at me or ignores me. And it really made me realize how painful it was for Jesus and true parents to do that too. I'm not a perfect person, but I know Jesus and true parents are, that they always go out with this heart, that they always want to love these people. How True Father flew across the country, always starving, but he always gave to people. How True Mother always wants to give this love, this motherly love that some people just don't even experience. And how Jesus, a person, the only begotten Son that came to this earth in such an evil world and taught people how to love. I knew that I was in their footsteps, that these people, they did not know how to really experience the love that I was trying to give them, but to see that I was always trying to do my best. I really saw how God didn't want to give me an experience where I could externally grow, but where when I talked to them, I knew that God was telling me that I needed to love these people. That these people, when they yelled at me, that they were just hurting inside, that they had a lack of love. So, yeah, I told Toby all this, and he said, "Do you think God was with you throughout this run?" I said, "Yes, absolutely." That I don't need a $1,000 donation, that I don't need someone to go up to me and tell me that they love me so much. I don't need someone to go up to me and say that what I'm doing is amazing. I need God to show me these people that need to be brought back to God and true parents. That I don't need a good experience to know that God loves me. That when I got persecuted that day, I knew that God loved me so much that he wanted me to grow. So yeah, I was ending my run, and I was a little upset, but I loved this run so much. Even though it was horrible, that I knew that God was he was walking with me side by side, even though this persecution hurt so much. But yeah, I just want to thank God and true parents for this experience, and they've done so much for me. That my tolerance for just people that don't know God yet, that they still have a chance, and that it gives me hope that true parents are still working too. So yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Kwan Sung. Let's give him another round of applause. Wow. Yeah, so much can happen in 2 hours. Like, yes, God is not bound by time. It's amazing. So up next, we have a sister. She did 1 year. Oh, no, she did 2 years. In her first year, she was a fundraiser. In the second year, she was a channel group missionary. And actually, I was her captain in her first year. And she's amazing. And so let's welcome up Myung Belmonte.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hi. Yeah, so like Toshi said, I did a second year of GPA, CIG, and yeah, wow, this is my community. Dang, we have a lot of people. Because usually it's not a lot of people like this. So but yeah. Yeah, in my second year, there was like a lot of experiences that I felt like I was able to receive in my compared to my first year, because yeah, first year was a lot about focusing on like fundraising and kind of just like my struggles in myself and like my team. But I think in CIG you're put in a condition in like in a center life, and I feel like practicing in center life you get comfortable in like who you are, and then like with the people that you're around with, and you become more aware of yourself. But yeah, one thing I want to talk about in my experience is actually in the second part of like being a CIG. So in CIG, or to give you an explanation of like the things that are changing around, we had like usually CIGs you have like 5 months of mission going overseas, and it's like basically overseas it's more like challenging like that. But from this year it's changed where you're mostly like where we're mostly like focusing on like the centers in America and the communities. So the community that I was in Indiana, and yeah, I had a lot of a lot of experiences from there. But yeah, I think so my time, or what was something that was focused on, because there's a lot of things like with my relationship with people horizontally, but also my vertical relationship with God. And it's like how I was able to experience more in like resonance prayer in the prayer visuals that we had in Indiana. And yeah, Pastor Habanja, he's like the pastor there. He's really good in that when it comes to like prayer and things like that. So every time I'll be in the prayer visuals, there's always like something new to learn or to gain for the next day so that I can be able to prepare myself for witnessing. And yeah, what I wanted to focus on in my time in mission in Indiana was like learning how to be open in my relationship and prayer with God. And I didn't have well, I had like experiences with workshops, like going to Las Vegas and learning about the Chumshi one and how to be able to, to resonate and open your heart and things like that. But it doesn't just like come like just suddenly where you're just like opening in your heart and just like talking about things. And I'm still like practicing and learning how to be vulnerable in myself and like learning to be vulnerable with other people, and like especially with God. So that's like the time wherever I'm like doing resonance prayer. It was like, each time I'm going there, I'm trying to let go of a little bit of myself. But then specifically, what the points of the prayer visuals is also to resonate with True Mother, resonate with the things that she's talking about and uniting with what she's saying. So not just like having like personal prayers, but you really connecting to like the purpose of what we're trying to give, like to support, like spiritual support for what we're working on. And I was having a hard time focusing on that because there's like I said, there's a lot of issues I was feeling stuck in myself in my time in Indiana. And all I wanted to do was just pray about like what I was going through in my team. So like connecting to like, the signatures, because that was the time like when we were like as a whole movement, we were working on signing signatures and going out trying to get as many people and witnessing and things like that. So yeah, that was one of like the prayer points that we had that Renner Bonju was giving, and also like just the situation with Japan. So yeah, there's a lot of things to be able to pray about, but then what was it like? How well did I connect it to those points? It was what I was trying to work on. And yeah, in Indiana, it was every time in prayer visual it felt like a battle with just like, am I really feeling like I'm connecting to this, like connecting to this movement of like these prayer points and just like going forward, because all it is like to me it's I don't know, it's a lot. It's tough to handle, and it becomes really pressuring. And that was a lot of the things that I was feeling in my times when I was praying, with like a lot of pressure that was building up. Like in the Chumshi one, you see True Mother. Every time I be looking at her face, it's like she always has like this face of like sadness, just like, or like disappointment. And every time I'm like done with my prayer and I felt like I connected enough, and then I look at her and I see her in her face, and she just like looks still sad, and I'm like, did I did something wrong? And like, am I not doing enough for what I'm connecting to? And if I'm really resonating to whatever I'm trying to resonate with, which I don't know so much, but yeah, in that time it was really difficult because I realized it was like a cycle of what I was, a cycle of like misunderstanding of like where's this coming from, high expectations for like myself, for where I'm coming from, or like what I'm doing, am I doing enough, things like that. And I was trying to like, I guess like embrace like what I was feeling. I'm still like trying to digest it even now. I'm still writing my testimony about it, but I don't know. Like I still carried that throughout my time in mission when I was going to Albania too, and I felt there was a lot of like lack of love, or like a false sense of love that I was giving myself when I was praying, that I felt like I have to give some certain result in order to feel like this kind of like, not validation or like just like acceptance. But I was misunderstanding like that's not from, like not seeing it from a parental perspective of like how you're able to, or how my parents see me, like whenever I feel like I'm doing something but it's not enough, but they, in their eyes, they see like my efforts, and they know I'm doing 100%, or I'm working and trying a little bit, and they'll still love me for that. But then that was what I was missing with, just like, do I still feel loved in this moment where I'm giving everything, or not giving everything. I don't know. I was giving. It was like it was like differentiating, but like still, it was like trying to accept that kind of like point of view, especially from God. It was tough, like praying to God when I felt like I can't pray certain things about this or that, of like, oh, how I felt with my captain or like my teammates. But God already knows about that, and He's already forgiven you for that. And I couldn't forgive myself, and that was limiting for me to think that this was like, yeah, the spiritual foundation. But yeah, that's kind of what I went through in Indiana, and kind of carried through, of just like this false point of view of how God viewed me. And yeah, during those times, it was just like, it's kind of like a cycle. Like, even though like I'll be praying and then I'll be experiencing God's love through some sort of like certain small experience and things like that, but not just because of those small experiences that you have. It's like it you already like changed, or you overcome it, and then next is the next step. You're gonna constantly have these kinds of situations where you're doubting, and you're feeling like you haven't, you're like doubting that whether you actually retained what you learned. But you did. You just changed a little bit, and you're growing a little bit. And yeah, I'm an impatient person, so I think my growth is like, I have to, it's like a step, like a big, like step by step kind of level. But it's like you're it's like a circle. You're just going in a circle, but you're going up. I felt like Uncle Tolik. Yeah, Uncle Tolik. That's It's like a spiral of like you moving up, but constantly, yeah, changing. So God's giving you like little bits of difficulty, but in this, like different in the same situations of what you're feeling and how you're going through that. So yeah, just trying to emphasize how much God really loves us. I really like the song or the prayer that was given by Michael. That really helped, about reminding ourselves how much we're how much God really sees us and loves us for that. So yeah, that's the testimony for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Miyang. Yeah, it's amazing how much you can learn from 1 year on GPA. So yes, how's everyone doing? You guys want to hear more? Okay, but before that, actually, we have an offering song by Rumiko-san. So while they prepare, so yeah, you can prepare your hearts to. Yes, let's welcome up Rumiko-san.
Okay. Before I play the piece, I would like to give you my experience on the day of Chonegok Sanctum entrance ceremony. That day, it was very cold, and those who were sitting outside on the lawn under the tent, shivering cold, we were given raincoats and hand warmer and what else? Blankets, a lot of blankets. I was, covering myself with blankets, and amazingly, when the ceremony started, sun came out. Yeah, it was rainy day, very cold, but the sun came out. We all clapped for heaven's grace. Oh, it's going to be sunny day. But the ceremony was so amazing and magnificent, and you are so great. We are so proud of you. And Chumada proclaimed. Now, Holy Mother Ham proclaims the wide opening of Choneguk. Do you know what happened? The strongest with the snow, just blew and knocked down the barricades, and something fell down. Yes. So I thought that's God's joy and excitement. Excitement. So I'm going to perform Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Ooh. uh, Second movement and third movement. The second movement is very gracious and peaceful, but it's all of a sudden becomes fiery. Third movement, excitement. So I hope I can convey God's excitement through my performance.
Is it bothering you? Yes. Can you push it up, Grant?
Yeah, please.
Just push up, see if it goes out. Is that better?
Yes. Thank you.
let's give it up. Wow, that was amazing. Let's give her one more round of applause. That was amazing. Wow. Well, thank you, Rumiko-san. Yeah, I could just imagine, like, in my head, the wind and the chaos that was happening. Yeah, that was amazing. Okay, so yes, we'll go into our final and last testimony. I'm very excited for this brother. I remember talking to him before he went to GPA. He asked me, "Oh, what was the most amount made in your year?" And I was like, "Oh, 4.5 thousand in a day." And he's like, "All right, I'm making 5,000. Actually, no, I'm making 10,000 or something like that." And so I'm very excited for this brother. So yes, please help me welcome up Chris Solowski. Yeah.
Hello, y'all. My name is Chris Solowski. I did say 5,000. I did not make that, but it's okay. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk about how my GPA year was from the beginning towards the end. But yeah, towards the start of this GPA year, going into it, I just came out of a summer camp called Arenda. And yeah, it was just a little bit of fundraising, a lot of fun. And, after finishing that camp, I was thinking, wow, GPA is going to be easy. Like, it's like no fundraising, a lot of traveling, a lot of fun, it's going to be fire. And then, I go into GPA and yeah, it is not what I thought it was. It was not what I thought it was. Just, always fundraising. Just, I feel bad for, the other years of GPA, MFT, STF. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But yeah, the main reason I really wanted to go to GPA though was to really, build my relationship with God and true parents. But also I want to help this community more, by being a better brother. Fundraising was amazing from the beginning to the middle. I loved it a lot. I put all my effort into it. Not only for the external 5,000 I set, but also the internal I set. Also, just being able to serve God and true parents completely. But things started to turn towards the end of the year. The fundraising got monotonous. Everything was the same. Just at that time, just always getting rejected, and persecuted, and it was tough. And I started to honestly, strong word, but I started to hate fundraising. Started to hate it, and HCG people know what I'm talking about. Yep, HCG. Woo. But yeah, so towards the end, I was planning to, I was on the fence of doing a second year or going home. And, I decided to do a leadership program, right? Because I wanted to know what I wanted to do. And yeah, leadership program was amazing. That's for second years, but it actually convinced me to actually go home and help my community more. We just met with our community, New York community, and we were talking about how we can better it, and all I was thinking about was the youth, all my brothers and sisters. I love them so much, and that was one of the biggest reasons of why I did my year of GPA. But yeah, I had a bunch of fun over there. Thank you, Justin, for treating us out. But yeah, it was really nice. And at that time, I decided, I'm going home. I'm done with this year. I'm done fundraising. I'm finally free. My chains are loose. But yeah, but I was in leadership program for 2 weeks, and I decided. So I switched to the going home group, and I wanted to see if I was able to keep my standards and my life of faith habits in check, right, during that week. And, I was committed to going home, and we went to conclusion workshop. And for some reason, I felt a tug on my heart again. I was back on that fence, and the chains went right back. And I was like, oh my gosh, like all the stress and everything came back. I'm supposed to have fun. The year's ending. I'm supposed to be happy, but I'm just always by myself reflecting if I should do a second year or not. And yeah, it was tough. I skipped a lot of lectures to reflect, and and yeah, that week, I was just every single day, I just wake up early, thank God for being able to live another day, and I'll just go and meditate, set my mind right, and then I'd pray, and every single day I'll just keep on praying about this second year that I'm about to do, or possibly second year. And there's one brother. Yeah, I heard we were talking one night. It was until like 1:00. We were talking about like whether we should do a second year. And he told me this crazy story that God was showing him, to do a second year. And I remember that night, I said, okay, good night. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pray. I was like, God, why don't you give me those stories? Why don't you give me those signs to do anything? Like, keep on praying for it. And just I go in a field and I'm just praying and praying and praying. And I just yell, just like, God, please give me a direct sign to do a second year, and I will obey. I will do everything in my power to serve you. And the next day, I'm walking, I wake up early, do my regular schedule, and I see Kenzo-san. I'm like, oh, Kenzo-san, hi. Yeah, I need to talk to you about a reimbursement about my flight, right? And then somehow we jump to the topic of me being on the fence, right, of doing a second year. And randomly, he just goes, do it. Do a second year, right? And then I just laugh it off. I'm like, Kenzo, you're so funny. And then, and then I go pray, reflect. I'm praying. I'm like, God, like, there's no way that's a sign. That can't be it. That can't be it. Yeah, I mean, it's really direct, but that can't be it. Like, God, just one more sign, please. Just one more sign. One more sign. And yeah, I was just, they were doing like resume building for going home. And, I was like, let me go reflect real quick. So I just stand on a patch of grass. I'm just looking there. And, Uncle Francis walks up to me. And I'm just like, oh, hi. He's never approached me before. I've never had a one-on-one with him ever. And he was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm just really deep in thought about my second year. And yeah, he was just talking to me about how the first voice you hear is God, and that's your heart, whatever your heart's telling you. And the other voices you hear are all Satan, trying to bring you away from that. And that was exactly what was going through my head before he approached me. So I was like, what the heck? Like, you just got in my head. Like, how do you know that? And yeah, and then I tell him just like, I'm not sure if I can like fully commit to doing a second year. Like, I'm actually scared to do a second year. And he told me, it's not about the commitment, but that comes later. But it's about obeying, right? Obeying God and what he has for you, And I wasn't sure like whether I could obey or not, So at that moment, I was just thinking a lot. Like when he left, I just stayed for like another like 30 minutes to an hour, just praying, just like asking like, God, like, is this really what you want me to do? Because I'll do it, right? And yeah, I was sure after that prayer that he gave me a clear sign that he wanted me to stay for another year, right? And he wanted me to trust him, right? And for me, it wasn't comfortable, and it really wasn't what I wanted, right? But I knew it was him, and I knew I had to obey him, right? And yeah, so I said yes to a second year, and it's not because I loved everything about the first one, but it's really because, I love God. I love True Parents so much, and I want to be someone who can listen to them when they speak to me, right? And this year really taught me that, faith isn't always about feeling, but it's about faithfulness, right? And yeah, obedience, always comes, often comes before understanding. And yeah, that's what I really want to work on this next year. And one Bible verse, I love a lot is that it's John 14, verse 15. If you love me, you will keep my commandments, right? So if you're in a season where you're tired or God is asking you something of you that feels hard, just know that he's always there and he always sees you. And yeah, obedience might not feel good at first, but it always bears fruit no matter what. So, yeah, I'm really excited for this next year. You know, one of the biggest reasons why I want to stay, like I said, was my brothers. But, you know, I'm doing the second year for them as well, so I can become a better brother for them next year when I come back to my community. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, he wanted that 5K, but I think God had a lot more in store for him. That's for sure. Yes. Okay, well, we're nearing the end of today's service, but I wanted to welcome up, Mr. Park, the director of the leadership training at Chunmoo-won. And yeah, he wanted to share a few words about the tour. So yes, please welcome up Mr. Park.
네, 반갑습니다, 식구님 여러분. Hello. Good morning. Yeah.
Morning, nice to meet you all.
저는 그 천문원에서 중앙행정실에서 미래인재처를 맡고 있는 박수홍이라고 합니다.
So he's on the senior director of the leadership development program at Chunmoo-won, and he's very pleased to meet you all. Good morning.
네. 우리 저희 참 부모님을 사랑하는 마음으로 저희 순회단을 이렇게 맡기 위해서 많은 수고와 정성을 들여주신 덩클리 회장님과 또 여러 책임자분들, 식구님들께 진심으로 다시 한번 감사드립니다.
So I want to thank you, especially for the love that you have for true parents, to have prepared this tour, and especially centered on Reverend Dunkley, and to welcome us. Thank you very much.
우리 순회단 같이 한번 일어나서 식구님들께 그래도 한번 인사를 드립시다. 예, 한국에서 오신 순회단분들 같이
So all
일어나서
the tour member will
뒤로
greet
한번
you
돌아서
all.
인사드립시다.
Thank you very much.
고맙습니다. 예. 짧은 시간이지만 미국을 경험하면서 확실히 미국은 뭔가 근본적인 그 자유로움과 자신감 이런 것들이 많이 있는 것 같습니다.
So it's a very short time that we can experience the U.S. Environment, but he can really feel that the freedom and also the spirit here in the U.S.
제가 느끼고 있는 게 맞습니까?
Is it right? What he feel?
저도 그래서 미국이 괜찮은 것 같은데 뉴요커로 살아보는 거 괜찮을 것 같은데 이런 생각.
So now he's feeling that maybe it's okay. Maybe he's feeling he can live here, maybe in New York.
그런데 사실 어제 우리 신춘일 신흥성교사 함께 찬양하고 또 저도 점심에 우리 청년 지도자를 만나면서 사실 더 기쁘고 감사한 것들을 많이 느꼈습니다.
So yesterday with Shinchul and Shinung also they had a worship event, and also at lunch he met with the young people here, and he could realize a lot of things yesterday.
아까 말씀드린 미국의 어떤 그런 자유로움과 자신감 그런 것들이 문화적으로 있겠지만 저는 오히려 더 근본적으로 미국에 계신 식구님들이 느끼고 있는 것이 정말로 기쁘나 하는 것들을 저는 사실 많이 느끼고 있습니다.
So of course he could feel the freedom and the confidence of the U.S. members, but he thinks that more deeply he could feel the love that they have for heavenly parents and true parents.
예. 아마도 그렇게까지 되기까지 덩클리 회장님과 많은 또 책임자분들 식구님들이 많이 노력해서 어머님의 심정에 더 가까이 가고 또 느끼고 이해하게 됐지 않나 싶은 생각을 하게 됩니다.
So he thinks like until that's happened, this situation of connection happened, there has been a lot of effort and dedication from Dunkley, Reverend Dunkley, and also all the leaders to connect more with True Mother Heart and to share it.
그래서 정말 고맙고 기뻤습니다.
So he was really, really grateful for that and very happy to see that.
제가 그래도 이 순회단과 함께 왔으니 우리 식구님들께 잠시 어머님께서 어떻게 지금까지 특별히 우리 천의 축성자를 세우시기 위해서 수고해 오셨는지를 잠시 말씀 올리는 게 도리일 것 같습니다.
So as we are going on this tour, he wants us to share with you how True Mother has been raising these two missionaries until now.
네, 사실 2019년에 어머님께서 이미 신출 신흥 선교사를 중심 인물로 정하시고 그 전부터 세밀한 준비를 하셨습니다.
So before, since 2019, True Mother has set them as decided to set them as a central figure, but she has also been preparing beforehand many detailed things for them.
구체적으로 UPA라는 공적인 교육 과정에 지도자 과정에 넣으셔서 생도들과 함께 직접 지도하시면서 교육을 해오셨습니다.
So True Mother has sent them to the UPA program and also prepared that program for them to be raised and grow.
UPA 알고 계시죠?
You know about UPA, right?
제가 UPA 디렉터니까 좋은 친구들 많이 보내주세요.
So as he's also UPA director, he asked him to send good student there. Too.
그런 과정을 통해서 그 기간을 통해서 사실은 신출 신흥 선교사 포함한 생도들이 기초적인 신학도 공부하고 또 교회 현장의 다양한 경험들을 쌓아왔습니다.
So during this program, Shinchul and Shineng and also other cadets, they have been receiving really basic education about theology and also experience on the field.
사실 실무자로서 UPA를 만들어가는 입장에서 UPA는 많은 것들이 아직도 부족함도 있습니다.
As a person also involved in making this happen, he can feel that there are a lot of lacking also in the program.
그래도 그 과정들을 많이 신출 신흥 선교사 포함해서 인내하면서 어머님에 따라서 순종하면서 많은 것들을 훈련하고 성장해 나왔습니다.
But Shinchul and Shineng missionaries and also other cadets, they have been patient and always focusing on what True Mother really wants, and they grew up through this process.
그리고 나서 어머님께서 신탁권 선교의 가장 프론트 라인으로 보내자고 말씀을 주셨었습니다.
And True Mother later asked them, send them to the Heavenly Top Gun program for internship.
그래서 작년에 인턴십의 1년차 신탁권 1년차 과정을 마쳤고요. 올해 이제 2년차 때 지금 세계 투어를 하고 있는 것입니다.
So last year they completed the first year of missionary program, and now they are in the second year in the world tour.
저는 그런 과정을 어머님께 그냥 지시를 받으면서 신부를 하면서 많이 느끼는 것은요.
So through this process where he received directive from True Mother to guide them, he could feel a lot of things.
어머님께서 천의 축승자로 세우시기까지 정말로 많은 인내와 정성을 통해서 해오셨고 무엇보다도 우리 축복과정과 인류 앞에 정말 공적인 기준으로 세우고자 많이 노력하셨습니다.
So in order to set them in the position of Chone Tuksunja, which means the inheritors of blessing of and love of heaven, True Mother has been very patient and dedicate a lot of devotion to really set them in front of all blessed families.
그래서 제게는 그 과정에서 참자녀이기도 하지만 생도들과 똑같이 모든 것을 똑같이 차별적인 대우 없이 똑같이 교육하고 훈련하라고 많이 말씀을 주셨었습니다.
So True Mother has been really emphasizing to really raise them and educate them without any distinction between them and also other cadets.
그런 과정을 다 통해서 그래도 또 고맙게도 신출 신흥 선교사는 제가 보기엔 그렇습니다. 육신의 할머니이기도 하지만 진심으로 그걸 넘어서서 홀리마더 한으로 이들은 신앙을 하고 있습니다.
So what I can say and what I'm grateful for is that through this process, also Shinchun and Shinan missionaries, even if they are grandson of true parents, they can confess that true parents and Holy Mother Han.
제가 어머님께도 말씀드렸지만 어머님, 저는 천의 축성자가 가져야 될 가장 중요한 자질이 그것이라고 생각합니다.
So he also shared to True Mother that he thinks that the most important thing as a Chone Tuksunja is the alignment with True Mother.
그러고 나서 지금 이제 어머니께서 전원공 천일성전 입공 승리한 이후에 정말로 더 본격적으로 천대축공자를 교육하고 준비를 시켜주고 계십니다.
And then after Truma, this entrance ceremony, so and the ceremony to dedicate them as Chone Chuksunja, Trumada has been preparing the education path, the following for
네.
education path.
그런 시점에 우리가 함께 우리 식구님들이 함께 계십니다.
And this is really something to do with all the members together.
참 어머니께서는 늘 참 부모는 절대 유일한 한 분이시고 우리 참 가정과 우리 축복 가정은 형제라고 늘 함께 말씀해 주셨습니다.
So True Mother has been really emphasizing about the position of true parents, true family, and also the blessed family. Educate about that.
그래서 서로 보호하고 함께 도와주며 참 어머님 모시고 나갈 것을 많이 강조해 주셨습니다.
And True Mother really asks that we work together and really center on true parents to go forward.
여기 계신 식구님들 다 같은 마음이실 것 같습니다. 진심으로 참 어머님 모시고 우리가 한 팀이 돼서 참 부모님 꿈, 하늘 부모님 꿈을 향해서 함께 나갔으면 좋겠습니다.
I think that all the members here have the same heart, and I would like to ask you that we become one team and also work to center on True Mother and Holy Mother hand to go forward.
저희도 부족하지만 최선을 다하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
So we'll do also our best. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Park. Yeah, we wish you and your tour victory in America. Yes. Yeah, so today's not any normal Sunday, so we're going to commemorate it with a group photo. So if we can get the banner ready and the cameraman in position, we're going to take a picture. So please listen to the cameraman.
Hi, everybody. It'd be nice if you could fill in the middle, but maybe that's not practical. That's okay. It's okay. We'll survive. But by the way, I just want to say something for the missionaries. Maybe you don't know this, but this stage here is the same stage that Father spoke here for many years. It's exactly the same stage. If you want to come and touch sometime later. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
If you're outside, please come in. We're just going to take a group picture. All you young people, we want to see you in the picture. There's space for you. Please come inside. Thank you, Mary and Oliver. Yeah, all you guys. Thank you.
Everybody. Anyone else? Okay. There you go. So tight. Here's a Korean song. Welcome to dance you. The dancing's here now. I dance you. Are we all inside now? You guys in the back? Can you spread across the back there a little bit? Just fill out this side as well. That'd be great. Okay, ready? We all good?
Yes.
That was yes. Yes. Here we go, guys. This is the big one. 1, 2, and 3. That wasn't very enthusiastic. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it for that train thing.
오케이, 아버지! 어머니! 사랑합니다! 장모님, 사랑합니다! 사랑합니다!
Enthusiastic, you better come right across in front of you. Just look at him and be enthusiastic as possible.
All right, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Yes, that was it. So to close off this Sunday service, let's welcome up the song team. Let's give them a hand.
All right, let's welcome up our song team. We are going to sing, what are we going to sing? Song of the Victors one more time. So let's all rise. And can we get those wonderful GPA grads up one more time? Bring the energy. Patrick and all your crew. Yeah, come on, you guys.
Test.
All right, let's sing this one together. Song of the Victors. Hannah, come on, let's go. All you, oh, there they are. There they are. Chris, yes. Please come where you belong. All right. All right, you guys had a good Sunday so far? Thank you all for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give God a round of applause.
Test.
All right, let us sing together Song of the Victors. Sing aloud, Hosanna to the Lord. Offer everything with humble heart. Come attend the Lord, oh rejoice in Him who brings new life to all the world. Let's go, let us go, determined to seek and find all the glory of the Lord. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. There are clouds of darkness on the path, sinful night enveloping the land. Brush the clouds aside and behold the light that shines in beauty everywhere. Let's go, let us go, determined to seek and find all the world of joyfulness and peace. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. Oh, my brothers, all rejoice today. You sing the songs of our new life. Offer praise on high, blessed forevermore, as chosen people of the Lord. Let's go, let us go, determined to seek and find all the brilliant glory of our dreams. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. We uphold the standard of the Lord to restore His true ideal. Freely give your love, share the Father's joy, and news He will return to. Let's go, let us go, determined to seek and find harmony within the garden right. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom. One more time! We'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. There we'll sing new songs in the garden, fair songs of freedom, bright with happiness. Woo! Wow, let's give it up for our amazing band, our young people up here. And one more time for our guests, Shin Hung, Shin Chil, Jiun, and our President Dunkley and Yumiko-san. Thank you all for joining us. And Mr. Park, thank you. All right, guys, have a great week. We're going to have an awesome garden party after this from 4 o'clock. So we'll see you there. And God bless you.